Hello everyone. So we're going to once again try to get out of this rank 5 rut. Thought about my card choices, my deck choices, what I can do, what I can't do, whether I have some sort of fundamental flaw in my strategy. Ultimately I settled on trying a completely different deck. This is a somewhat of a budget um, warrior aggro deck, I guess, or a pirates slash weapon deck. The idea here is to just burn down your opponent as quickly as possible. I've had a limited success in it, meaning I haven't lost as badly and as often in the last few turns as I have in my other decks, namely the Jade Druid deck that I was playing. So we'll see how this goes. Now, the bad thing about moving away from the Jade Druid deck is I'm not as familiar with this deck as I was with the other deck. So strategies are still developing. The mulligan is still unclear to me. I'm still just trying to figure out how I want to play. Now, one of the main things about this deck is that a good mulligan is very important. If you don't get the right cards at the offset, it's very hard to come back, especially against control decks. Now, as you can see right here, I have some decisions I need to make. Whether I try to clear off the board a little bit, or whether I go for the face. In this particular case, I think I'm going to try to clear up the board a little bit. It looks like this is a very aggressive hunter deck. And he may have a deck that's more aggressive than mine. So I need to clear him out quickly. And I just almost made a very big mistake here by attacking him with my weapon instead of patches. I had forgotten that I had patches in this deck, so whenever I play a pirate, patches is going to come. And patches was instrumental in taking him down. Okay, so right now we have a few choices, and I'm going to throw down the Frothing Berserker. And we're going to take out both of these spiders. This will buff up the Frothing Berserker, clear his board a little bit, and I still have the Bloodsteel Raider for the face attack. Another important thing about this deck is to make sure that you can chain weapons. There's only 4 weapons straight up that I have. The Arcanite, 2 Arcanite Reapers, and 2, what do they call it again? Fiery War Axes. So they need to be queued up right away, otherwise we can fall too far behind. Okay. If I play the Blackwater Pirate, no, that's not going to be enough. We're going to throw down an Arcanite Reaper, and then now just go after his face. I do have 2 Kor'kron Elites that can be used as finishers. I do not have a, what's it called, Leroy Jenkins in this deck. A Leroy Jenkins would have been great as a finisher. Unfortunately, that's not the case here. This game should be over. I have enough on the board to kill him. Alright, so this is not the most effective demonstration of this deck, but at the end of the day, I won the game, so that's good. So as I was saying before, the other problem with the Jade Druid deck is wherever I look online, it's a very popular deck, and it appears to be a very successful deck. But I don't know if it's successful at the earlier levels or if it's successful in this rank 1 through 5 range that I'm in right now. This is very important. You never ever want patches in your initial mulligan. That's it's very bad. You lose a lot of its flexibility suddenly. if it's part of your initial hand. So not a very good starting hand. We'll see if we can salvage the situation and push forward. This deck is also missing the South Sea Captain. It doesn't really require the South Sea Captain, but a South Sea Captain can, when coupled with patches in your deck, can really cause some major damage if that's the first part that you play. But we'll see what we can do here. If I do end up playing a true Pirate Warrior deck, I'm going to have to create a few extra cards. I don't know what cards yet. I haven't really thought it through that far. Probably the South Sea Captain and maybe one or two others. But right now this is more of a test run to see if this is a viable option here. Alright, Alright, so the Fire War Axe, which I was hoping to have gotten quite a few turns ago, has finally popped up. And right now, I've got to make a decision. Do I want to clear off the early board, or do I just go with it and see what I get? No, I think I am going to clear off the board a bit, try to establish some sort of presence, and try pushing forward that way. X? No. Some sort of damage spell. He's considering using it now as opposed to later because he has... Oh, okay. Not a damage spell, but similar. Interesting, interesting. What to play now? Well, let's play the Frothing Berserker. And we're going to take out the Rockpool Hunter. Why? Because the Bloodsail Raider is still going to stay alive. There's 2 minions that are damaged, which will give this a +2 attack buff. Furthermore, this by itself, the Burlock, won't be able to finish off the Frothing Berserker. I want to play the first mate, but I don't want to override this Fiery War Axe here. We'll see what happens. Again, this is not a very good beginning, and because this deck is not stacked the way that this deck should be, I may not be able to finish him off as effectively as I need to be able to. There's that Hex. He's thinking, oh, yeah, that was a bad move on his part. He should have used the Burlock to attack the Bloodsail Raider first, and then gone ahead and hexed. But that's his mistake. Now, what do I want to do? What do I play here? We're gonna play the Grim Street Pawnbroker. Get rid of this here and attack his face. And we're just gonna play the first mate just to get another minion on the board, not for this 1/3 Rusty Hook. Next turn, I do plan on using the Arcanite Reaper and pushing forward with that. Let's see what he's got. If he's got a Maelstrom Portal, I think it's called, that could be bad for me. No, not yet. That's an interesting play. How do I counter it? Do I go ahead and just start smacking his face now? That might be the best way to go about it. I have this Heroic Strike and the Kor'kron Elite, which can be used to put some massive amount of face damage when it comes down to it. Will that be enough? I don't know. We got 4 for 8. 8 plus 6 is 14. So we're still 1 off. Let's see what happens here. Oh, hopefully he doesn't give them taunt. That would not be good. Alright, so if there's no taunt minions and I have at least one of these 3 minions survive, I can finish him off next turn. Volcanic Might, I'll live with it. It should still allow me to finish him off. Okay, let's do the math here. 4, 5, 6. Okay, 4, 8, plus 6, 14, 15. Alright, that should be enough. Yes, the math worked out, and we have another win. Alright, let's see if we can keep this going. In a way, this deck is fairly easy to play, meaning most turns you don't have that many options, and you know very quickly if you're going to win or lose the game. The games tend to be very fast. I haven't played against a mage with this deck before. I wonder how it's going to go. So the Fiery War Axe you usually want to keep. That's a pretty good first move. I don't know. We'll see what happens afterwards. I feel that a good mage could cause me a lot of trouble. Why? Any freezing spells. If I can't use my hero to fight back, then there's not a whole lot to be done. So I'm actually just going to start hitting him in the face right off the bat. Oh, I guess that's a funny pun right here. Just first, or just first. Okay, what do we do now? Bloodsail Raider plus the Dread Corsair. That's a decent. Who do I want to get rid of? Let's get rid of the Babbling Book, because otherwise he can completely get rid of the Dread Corsair without even using his hero power. I want him to have to use his hero power. A part of me wanted to go ahead and take out the Arcanologist as well, but as I said before, I'm worried that he's going to be able to. Okay, so this is a Time Warp deck. That means that he probably has a lot of ooh, what do I play here? Do I play the upgrade and just give myself a 1/3 weapon, or wait until I have the Arcanite Reaper and then play? Let's wait until I have the Arcanite Reaper. So yes, I was saying before, what I'm always afraid of with especially these quest mages is that they have a lot of spells that freeze the board, especially when it comes to minions, and that tends to slow attacks down quite a bit. Alright, we have Bloodsail Raider. We're going to keep it and play it next turn, and let's keep pushing forward in the meantime. We have enough on the board to take him out, so he needs to take out my Korkan Elite right away. But this is most likely an ice block. Now the trick here is to make sure you test the ice block properly, meaning you want to get him down to the lowest health possible. 6. Oh, an ice barrier. Not enough. Oh, he probably has an ice block anyways. Let's see. The game is going to be won or lost very soon right now. Alright, so it might be an ice block now. Let's push forward and find out. Okay, so it was an ice block. Problem now is, how do I deal with it? I'm not going to use my hero to attack anybody. That's just folly. Oh, Naga Corsair. Going to hold on to that. Let's play the South Sea Deckhand. Blackwater Pirate. Now there's also a pretty big missing component in this deck, which is Mortal Strike. That can be used to overcome all of these freezing spells that these mages have. But I didn't know if I was going to be playing this deck on a consistent basis, so I never created it. Okay. What am I playing now? The Heroic Strike will take him out on a turn where it's where he doesn't have the ice block. We'll just have to wait for it. And if I get a weapon, I can always throw down the Naga Corsair as well. Even the Fiery War Axe, which has 3 attack, with a Naga Corsair, it'll have 4 attack. Wait a minute. Okay, I've got him. Let's just kill him with the Arcanite Reaper. Thank you. So after losing quite a few games with the Jade Druid deck, it's good to have a little bit of, you know, some success here. Do I keep anybody here or do I just let them go? I don't want to keep the Naga Corsair, I know that. The Frothing Berserker? No, I want to get rid of that in this deck as well. Because most of the mage decks that I've seen right now have been those crazy decks where initially it's a lot of just spells, and then later on you drop some giant minions like the Lich King and a few others. Or this could be a completely different deck. I haven't seen one of these before. Do I get rid of the Mistress of Mixtures or do I go for Face? No, in this case you definitely want to get rid of the Mistress of Mixtures. A lot of the damage I would have done to his face would have been completely negated by it, so it's not worth it. What sort? Yes, what sort of crazy deck is this? I don't have enough to take it out right now, do I? No, I do not. So let's play the Forge of Souls and get a few more weapons anyways. The Fiery War Axe last turn would have been great. Now there's a pretty decent chance that he's going to use this to attack my first mate, heal him, draw a card, and call it a day. Unless, oh, I was about to say there's, Crystalline Oracle. Maybe I want to get rid of the Crystalline Oracle with this 1/1, play the Grimstreet Pawnbroker, and go from there. I think that's a better idea right here. Because unless he has a, you know, what is it, Power Word Shield, this thing is going to die as soon as he tries to. Oh, interesting play. Interesting play. Okay, how do I want to play this turn? This has 4/3 and this has 3/2. I'm going to play the 3-2 War Axe right now. Plus the coin and the Frothing Berserker. The reason I'm doing the 3-1, I played the 3-1 Fire War Axe instead of the 4-3 Fire War Axe, is that I want to be able to use the Naga Corsair and the 4-3 War Axe to really give myself a good... oh, what's he playing here? Silencing me? Alright. Okay. This is an interesting move on his part. What do I want to play here? Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play the Fiery War Axe and the Bloodsail Raider in a moment. First, we're going to start smacking his face. Not first mate, Fiery War Axe, and now the Bloodsail Raider. The reason I did this instead of attacking any of his minions is because he needs card draws right now. If I had attacked his minions, he would have gotten those card draws, and he could have certainly made much different decisions than he's making right now. It may not be much of a difference, but it can make... it may not seem like much of a difference because he used those minions to attack me and still get those draws, but at least I was able to attack his face with those before he was able to do anything. Alright, so now some decisions need to be made. Naga Corsair and Terrorist Strike straight to his face. That may be a good idea. Next turn I've got 2 charged minions right in my hand that can push forward for quite a bit more damage if he doesn't kill me right away. So how much damage do I have in me right now? 5 plus 4 is 9, 10, 11. If he doesn't heal himself, I have enough in my hand to take him out. He's probably going to heal himself. And the Powered Shield plus the Priest of the Feast gives him a lot more healing, because that's a +3 heal. See, this is one of those decks that I talked about, that if you fall behind, it's over. Alright. Yeah, he may be too far gone. So, yeah, he's definitely far gone from my hand. But let's just do the math again. 5, 4 is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, well, we don't have much of a choice here. We keep pushing forward. Maybe we'll get lucky, who knows? Priests are hard to fight against with this type of deck. If they can keep themselves healed and alive for long enough, it'll be done. And this is quite a different deck from the priest decks that I've faced before. Now he's probably doing the math to make sure he stays alive at the end of all of this. I have 5 damage in my hand. What else can I get here? Bloodsail Raider. Well, let's throw it down. He'll survive. And now this is it. We'll see what he can pull off here. There's 7 attack on the board. Nothing in my hand. Nothing anywhere else. Well played, sir. And the Curator with the taunt. Now, I do have a Spellbreaker in my deck, but by itself, it's nothing. Or we just end this turn, and if we are able to get the Spellbreaker next turn, we can still finish him off. So use the Spellbreaker on the Curator, and perhaps, oh no, this custom spell is going to heal his hero, I'm guessing. This game may be out of hand. No. So with the Spellbreaker, I can win it next turn. That's probably the only card that can give me the win here. Naga Corsair, good, but it's not going to do it. I'll play it anyways. And stranger things have happened. But the lack of the Mortal Strike, that hurts. I could get a Heroic Strike next turn. A Heroic Strike along with the weapon, unless he heals himself or plays a big taunt minion. Maybe. We'll see. So the spell, I do need the Spellbreaker right now. Oh, okay. Okay, is there any way I can win right now? No. This is game. So, we've lost this one. And, well, as I say, not all good things last forever. Or all good things must come to an end. I think, yeah, it's the latter one. So all good things must come to an end. And this good thing has unfortunately come to an end. At least this last game. We'll see what happens in the next game. So if I'm able to reach rank 4 with this deck, I may reconsider crafting some more cards to make it more manageable. Not more manageable, but more competitive. We're going to keep the South Sea Deckhand, but get rid of the Arcanite Reaver and the Heroic Strike. Now this Grapple Hammer, he's not in the standard deck, but I had him. I didn't have the other heroics that are in the standard deck, so I decided to go ahead and play him anyways. Okay, what are we playing now? What am I playing now? What am I doing? Should I just go ahead and play the South Sea Deckhand even though I don't have a weapon equipped so he doesn't get the charge? Why not? Let's start putting some pressure right away. And okay. And what's he going to use? Earthen Scales? No. Interesting play. Seeing all these odd archetypes out right now. Where are they when I'm playing my Jade Druid deck so I can beat them? I don't know. Okay, what can we play here? The Grim Street Pawnbroker? Sure, next turn we can play the Hobart Grapple Hammer. So by turn 5, it can be a pretty insane Arcanite Reaper. What, a 7-4? Yeah, no, not a 7-4, 7-3. Because this only increases their attack, not their attack and their durability. Naga Corsair can increase the attack even further. But we're just going to go ahead and play this along with the Fiery War Axe and start pushing forward. Question is, do we want to play the Naga Corsair next turn or do we want to hold on to it for the Arcanite Reaper? I don't know. Let's see what we end up getting. Oh, good play. He's going to get rid of the Hobart Grapple Hammer. Well, that makes my decision for me as far as what I'm going to be playing. It's going to be the Arcanite Reaper. Maybe I'll run upgrade, and that can really push it over the edge. No. Forge of Souls, I'll hold on to that, thank you very much. This is a card that I've gone back and forth about whether to include in this deck or not. The first few iterations of this deck included 2 copies of Forge of Souls. Right now I only have 1. Ooh. This is going to hurt. I need to see if I... Okay, what do we do here? What do we do now? Auger Corsair, Bloodsail Raider. Force him to do something about these 2 guys. I can probably survive this next turn, but this game is about to end one way or the other. Oh, good play, good play. He may have me unless I get... Who do I get? The Korkron Elite. No, even... Oh... What's going to happen? Alright, well, let's play the Phantom Freebooter anyways. Give ourselves some... Don't want to silence anybody. Oh boy. Because silencing this guy is a bad idea. Okay, let's push forward, see what happens. I may be able to survive for another turn. Another South Sea Deckhand may have been nice. No, that's game right there. Oh, that wasn't game right there, but it's game right there now. So after a string of wins, we are going backwards once again. One other deck that I've been considering is a Shaman Elemental deck. I had some success with it before the current expansion. I wonder if I can pull it off again. May try it, I don't know. But in the meantime, let's keep this going. Let it begin, let it begin. What to keep? I'm going to get rid of everybody here except for the South Sea Deckhand. And we get the Arcanite Reaper right back. I mean, technically, it's not the same exact one coming right back, but it's close enough. Yeah, from what I understand for the mulligan, the cards that you don't want, they don't get shuffled back into the deck, and then there's no chance of you redrawing them. They just... Oh, that's gotta suck. You get a random minion, and it's a 0/0 minion. Okay, as we discussed before, with these... No, let's play the Hobart Grapple Hammer. With these hunter decks, you want to make sure that there's no minions on the board if at all possible. There can be some big buffs they get played, and suddenly you're too far behind, especially the Houndmaster. You know, he'll play the Houndmaster, and suddenly you have a taunt, a big taunt right in front of you, and there's nothing to be done about it. Very frustrating, very, very frustrating. What do I want to play now? The Dread Corsair? No, but what else can I play? Decisions. Let's go ahead and just throw down the Dread Corsair anyways. Next turn, I'll go ahead and play the Arcanite Reaper. And then Arcanite Reaper along with ooh, alright. So suddenly, there's decisions that need to be made. big old important decisions that need to be made. Heroic Strike. Get rid of the Scavenging Hyena. And we just armor up. Or we just throw down the South Sea Deckhand anyways. No. Just armor up. Because the South Sea Deckhand by itself, it's not going to be any good. But next turn, I can use the play the Arcanite Reaper and the South Sea Deckhand, and we'll do what with it exactly? Get rid of both of them? I suppose I could. And then we have an upgrade that I can play the turn after that to help out with both of these guys. I had to get rid of that Tundra Rhino. Beast having charge, he can keep throwing them down, and it can be very bad. Like this right here. Case in point. Case and point. Alright, how are we going to do it? Upgrade and Phantom Freebooter. Let's do it. And next turn we can play the Naga Corsair as well. Okay, what's he going to play? He wants to get rid of the Phantom Freebooter, which he did. Oh man, no good, no good. I have to hold on to both of these. Why? Because I'm hoping that I draw a weapon next turn. Then I can give it +1/+1 and +1 attack. Otherwise, I have to hold put and see what happens. Clearly, my opponent is prevailing right now. He has a lot more health than me, and his hero power can actually attack me directly. Like so. Unless I push back, and I push back hard, it's over. Thankfully, it's not completely over just yet. What does he have that's going to decimate me? Another Tundra Rhino? Yes. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is that enough? Even with this Naga Corsair, I'm done, aren't I? Yep. Well, this just goes to show you that maybe I should have gone back to the Jade Druid deck. Like I said, all my research has shown that it's still a very good, very competitive deck. I may just have been running a string of bad luck. This is after 3 straight victories. We are having 3 straight defeats. Not good. Well, let's give it another shot. Let's see if we can get that magic back. Right now, one of the best classes seems to be Paladin. However, when looking at the good Paladin decks, they're really expensive. 9,800 mana, 1,000 mana, 1,100 mana. Yeah, the one with the highest success rate. Yeah, let's get the Phantom Freebooter and the Green Street Pawnbroker, because I'm going to be playing the Fiery War Axe right off the bat, and that's not going to be good. So I'll upgrade it soon though. That's good. So yes, as I was saying, looking at some of these websites, and the most successful Paladin deck with a win rate of 61.6% costs 9,800 mana. It's a bit much. It's a bit much. Now you may be wondering why I didn't go ahead and simply attack his face. Well, maybe I should have. I had some reasoning behind it, but that reasoning just flew out the window. The reason was, generally speaking, when you have a weapon in your hand, there's no minion there, you don't want to attack his face because that doesn't give you any good return. Even with a very aggressive warrior deck, especially at the beginning. You definitely want to be able to use that to finish him off, but not at the beginning. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to play the Frothing Berserker and Lazat's first mate. Who do I want to get rid of? The Blood Mage or the Acidic Swamp Ooze? Let's get rid of the Acidic Swamp Ooze. Why? Because the Acidic Swamp Ooze could have gotten rid of the Frothing Berserker. No, not by itself it couldn't have. What am I thinking? So yes, going back to what I was saying earlier, when you have a weapon, you don't want to use it just to attack the person's face, especially if you have an upgrade, which is going to give you a +1 attack and a +1 durability. However, him playing that Acidic Swamp Ooze just tossed that out the window. Well, happy daddy, I hope you're proud of yourself. Probably is. Great. Well, at least I can give this weapon an upgrade. And still go ahead and play the Dread Corsair. Let's armor up and push back. The reason I was hesitant to play this aggressive deck initially was because of these priest decks and the really good druid decks. Oh my god. It's like a deck that's built to fight me. It's kind of ridiculous. However, I'm going to keep fighting him. It's not like I have much of a choice, but those are two separate minions that attack weapons directly. There cannot be this many warrior decks out there. There can't be. I refuse to believe it. I mean, I bet this happy daddy person is pretty proud of himself right now for having both the Harrison Jones and the Acidic Swamp Ooze. Wait, I thought Harrison Jones was part of the League of Explorers expansion that was no longer in Standard. I have to figure that part out. Well, in this particular case, I'm just going to go ahead and attack his face. He gets rid of all of his minions. And I won't play the Corcoran Elite right now. However, I have to say this match doesn't look like it's going very well. This is ridiculous. I mean, I can throw everything, literally everything I have at it, and I can win against this particular matchup, but I don't have enough draws in my deck. That's one of the drawbacks of this deck, that it does not have very good draws at all. You are able to... And see, I'm one off too, of course. So, but I have to use this entire minion to get rid of it. So as I was saying, yes, this deck does not have very good draws. Unless you pull the right cards right off the bat, you're done and over with. I suppose that's why a lot of people played with the South Sea Captain, because it gives your pirates a lot more survivability, which they need. because of the lack of a good draw. Ay, 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 ay. Great. So this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sixth. The sixth legendary minion that's been played in this deck. You see what I have to fight against? And this is not just a regular legendary, it's golden legendary, which he's going to use to destroy me. I mean, I suppose he doesn't have entirely enough on the board right now. He may have something in his hand. Ah, Mind Blast to finish me off with. Just in case it wasn't clear that I was completely and totally dead. And we are back to square zero after a pretty good run. It reminds me of my earlier levels. Okay, I think I need to take a little break, rethink my strategy, and come back at it perhaps later this evening with a different type of deck. The Shaman Elemental deck is what I'm thinking of right now. I need a good mid-range deck. The problem with the Jade Druid deck is that it's not that, especially the one that I'm playing right now, it's not really a mid-range deck. It's better for late game play. And this deck that I'm playing right now, the weapon deck, as I call it, it's too quick. And most of the decks that I'm seeing right now, they can survive the initial onslaught, and then I'm done. So good evening for now. I'll be back probably later tonight after I've had some time to think things through.